middle of the week.
Yeah! Good. Yeah!
Hey folks, Captain Bob Humphrey here with another Southern Maine Saltwater report. The word up here in northern Casco Bay is stripers. The schoolies are in really thick right now, but they're a little sporadic. They'll show up someplace one day and it'll be just an absolute blitz, and then the next day it's kind of slow. But if you move a mile or two south, north, you might find them. For the boat anglers, it's run and gun fishing. You got to move, you got to look for the birds, you got to look for the action in the fast water. For the shore anglers, your best bet is to just hit the shore, hit your favorite spot. If they're not there, either try another spot or come back another day. Just because they're not there today doesn't mean they won't be there tomorrow. We made a run out to Platt's Bank last weekend, and the fishing was warm. I wouldn't say it was hot. We probably caught 10 cod to every one haddock, and it was sort of a mixed bag. We got into some cusk. We got into some nice sized pollock out there. Everything was on clam strips and some jigs, and a wolffish, which was kind of nice. It was a unexpected surprise and a nasty looking thing. I understand they're very delicious, but recreational fishermen can't keep them. And then probably the most unexpected was Dennis Sace, one of my anglers, was pulling up a haddock and something grabbed it and just about spooled him. We didn't see what it was, but my best guess is a shark. And speaking of sharks, John Petrolick over at Mary May Charters, he's been having red hot fishing out on Jeffries and some of the local ledges from South Portland out and south. His anglers are catching their limit of haddock before noon. They're using, again, clam strips, squid on cod rigs, double hooked cod rigs down on the bottom, and they hooked into a nice poor beagle this weekend. That was a little added bonus for his group. And folks, you got to remember, if you don't have a federal HMS permit, you cannot keep a shark. No sign of tuna yet out there, and we saw pretty much the same thing. There were a few boats trying out on Platts. There's been some boats out on Jeffries and some of the more local ledges. The tuna aren't here yet, but any day now, this thing ought to break wide open. Captain Sean down at MaineTunaFishing.com in Saco is having similar results offshore. He says the haddock bite is just outstanding, and once his folks limit out, he's got to go off into deeper water to try to get some pollock or some other species, and he's seeing kind of the same thing that we're seeing. Is just the number of cod is outstanding. It's kind of a shame that we can't keep those fish, but we're pulling in some really big cod and a lot of them. So whoever says they're in short supply is better do their homework. And Captain Sean also reports that the striped bass fishing is really heating up down there. Lots of schoolies, and the bigger bass, 30 plus inches, are starting to get more aggressive. He says chunk and live mackerel are producing about the best. The river is still the steadiest bites, but more fish along the shore, the beaches, and the islands on the lower ends of the tide. Well, that about covers it for this week. But be sure to check out Maine Saltwater Fishing on Facebook and share your pictures and stories. We want to see what's out there, what you're catching it on. And check out the Sport Ventures channel on YouTube. Thanks. We'll see you soon.
Anyone asks, you don't have to lie. Life's too short to work all the time. Give 'em a great big smile.